Well, camp went well. You know, we came out fairly healthy, which is one of the biggest things in camp. And the other thing we want to do in camp is always compete and let those guys compete with each other to win some positions, which we had open, which we think we did. And, so overall, camp went really, really well. And, we came out again, like I said, fairly healthy and ready to go this week. Just had a really good camp, and he's a little bit different, I think, than we had in the past in Matt Grimard with regards to his ability to run around a little bit better. Matt could run, but he wasn't a very fast guy, where Brian could probably move around and maybe create with his feet a little bit more, which is certainly a value to any offense. So, but he had a really good camp. He also had a really good spring, and the other two guys really compete for that spot. Had a really good camp too. So, the competition was high, but, I think, Brian's ability with his feet to be able to move around a little bit, I think just put him over the top compared to, our other guys on our roster. But, we got to get those guys ready to play as well. I mean, you never know in this game what's going to happen when you're starting quarterback. So, those guys need to be prepared and ready to go as well. And we're expecting good things from him. Well, I think certainly early on in the season, as to get him more comfortable in the offense, I think it's, try and be as simple as we possibly can without being predictable, and just making easy throws and getting into the playmakers' hands, which we think we're fortunate enough that we think we have a good bit of playmakers on this side of the ball on offense, that we could just either hand it to, throw it to, get it to them very quickly, and they can make some plays with their feet. So anytime you have that, should hopefully make things a little bit easier on a quarterback, certainly a young quarterback, and relieve some pressure. Like we talked about in the preview, I kept saying over and over again that it should make it easier on a young guy, even if it was some of our upperclassmen guys. But he should have the utmost confidence in our receiving core and running back. So it's a good situation for whoever the quarterback is. But right now, just overall, it's a really good group. Obviously led by Eric Glenn, who caught 96 catches or whatever the heck it was last year. So we need to do things and be creative with him and be able to get the ball to him when people try to key on him defensively. So, but we expect the other guys to step up and be the next guy if that's going to happen. If people are going to try and game plan and take Eric out of the equation, which most people are going to do. It's what you do when you have a guy who's a preseason All-American with over 90 catches a year ago. So, but they had a great camp. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing that we need to do any different. I mean, I will say that. I mean, it's still just a football game. I know, obviously they're the best team in Division III over the last 20, 25 years. We understand that and we know that. But we're preparing it like any other football game. We need to take care of the football and not make mistakes. Pre-snap penalties, post-snap penalties. We got to keep mistakes to a minimum, like any other football game. Protect the football, try and take away the football. Be smart on special teams and play the field position game. And from there, it's like any other football game. It's just obviously, probably the best team, like you just said, who's ever come to Bethany. So, but again, we're going to prepare like it's a regular football game. Our kids are excited to play this high level of competition. They are really, really looking forward to it. So, I mean, we're going to get ready to play a football game. And the same things that we talk about week in and week out with regards to ball security, playing smart, effort and focus, all need to be there like any other football game. I mean, he's been playing for a long time. He's a smart, tough, athletic quarterback. I mean, when they need to play, he's the guy who makes it every single time. And we've watched the film. Every time they need to play, every time there's some type of pressure on that offense, whether it's third down in the red zone, getting close to the goal line, I mean, he's the guy making the play. He's just a great, great player. We got to, I don't know if you can stop that guy. I think we need to make sure that we try to contain him like everybody says with good players. We just got to make sure that, we limit his plays. We got to make sure we tackle him, get him on the ground. We have the opportunity to do so and play smart. Everyone on defense needs to do their assignment. They do a lot of zone read and option type of football, so we need to make sure that we're taking care of our responsibilities. Yeah, I mean, Khalid's a hard worker. There's no question about that. I mean, he is a high motor, hard worker, who continuously works at his craft at defensive end. So, he's explosive and can make plays. I mean, even when he does things wrong, he's able to recover and make some plays. That's who he is. We are expecting very, very big things from him, and he's expecting big things from himself. So we are definitely going to lean on him, certainly in the third down situations where he can attack the passer and do those things. But he has to become a complete football player as well on first and second down, and make sure he's playing disciplined football and staying in his gap and doing the things that he's coached to do all the time. And if he does that, he's going to be a really good one. His ability to make plays is his biggest strength. Even sometimes when he's maybe doing a little bit of the wrong thing, he has a recoverability because of his athletic ability. I mean, certainly with the young quarterback, it's going to be ball security. I mean, he's got to manage the football game and be smart with the football, as well as our skill players who we put the ball into their hands. To me, that's the biggest thing. If you give this type of team, and for that matter, any team, but certainly this type of team, if you give them extra possessions, we're going to struggle. There's no question about that. So we have to be smart with the football. He has to manage the ball very, very well. If we're in passing situations on third and long and things like that, he's got to be smart with the football no matter what. We need to hold on to the football. We can't put the ball on the ground, and we just can't give them extra possessions. After that, effort and focus for everybody, for the entire team on all three phases. And defensively, we just got to do our job, keep our responsibilities, and if the situation arises to have a turnover, and that's one thing that we're talking about as a defense right now, is we think we're pretty good on defense. But the one thing we haven't done here consistently on defense is take the ball away. And that's one thing when we have opportunity to take the ball away, we got to do it. Especially, again, on the flip side of the offense with having a young quarterback, if we can get him extra possessions through the defense or through special teams, it's just going to, obviously be a bonus for our whole entire unit, our whole entire team. So, it's going to be ball security. And we always say the ball is the game. So, we need to take care of the football, play smart football, play disciplined football, and if we get opportunities to take it away, we